Alright guys, so this right here is the ECOVACS DEEBOT T90 Pro OMNI. Between having a messy toddler, a dog that sheds, and always being on the go, I'm always looking for ways to reduce the amount of chores that I have at home. And a big pet peeve of mine is and will forever be messy floors. And even though I'm somebody that sweeps, vacuums, and mops excessively, these new floors that we got show absolutely everything. Every footprint, every food spill, even the tiniest drops of water, like it makes no sense. So a huge shout out to ECOVACS for sending over the T90 Pro. Now I'm not gonna lie, when we first moved in, I did try 2 other robot vacuums that we picked up at the flea market. So the T90 is a great option that's able to deliver flagship level cleaning at that mid-range price. I mean, first of all, this is the first time that I've had one that both vacuums and mops your floors. And the fact that it's able to clean itself as it goes so that it's constantly using clean water is a huge plus for me. I find it pretty crazy that this thing legitimately removes dirt rather than spreading it around the place. And it's able to handle dust, long or short hair, sticky spills, and it does it all quietly. Actually, you know what? Me just saying that doesn't do it justice. I'll let you take a listen for yourself. Alright, so here's a look at everything that you get inside the box when you order one of these. On the top, you have the ramp followed by some paperwork, the Omni station, and the power cable. And finally, you have the T90 Pro. And this thing is actually a tank. I really wasn't expecting it to be this sturdy and heavy when I first took it out of the box. So it's super straightforward with no real assembly necessary other than attaching the ramp, which requires no tools, just a bit of pressure to get it into place. From there, it's as simple as following the instructions provided in the box for a quick and easy setup. Just remember that they recommend letting the T90 do 2 to 3 cleans before you try a mop, but for my intents and purposes, I just use the quick mapping feature. And one big thing with that is just you want to make sure there's as few obstructions as possible and try to open up all the doors on the floor. And now that that's out of the way, let's take a closer look at the T90 Pro. And as you can expect with most tech products like these, the features have a lot of proprietary names, so I'm going to do my best to show you everything rather than just talking about it, so bear with me. Alright, so starting off underneath, you can see their new OZMO Roller. It's a 27 centimeter extended mop roller with high density microfibers for enhanced water retention. All that means is it just does a better job at keeping water on the roller so that it can mop for a much longer period of time. This thing has some pretty strong scrubbing force, which is perfect for cooking/eating zones. So think your kitchen, dining areas, or homes like mine with hard floors exclusively. And as I kind of touched on before, the roller is actually able to wash itself at up to 200 rotations per minute with this 32-way spray fresh flow power washing system. Another big thing that I've liked about this is its ability to easily pick up any dirt or debris along baseboards and like really close to walls. That was definitely a problem I had with my previous robot vacuums and even one that I still have with my Dyson. So they call this True Edge 3.0. That's because the roller actually extends up to 1.5 centimeters beyond the body. So you can actually get that edge to edge cleaning. And all of this efficient cleaning capability is due to the new Blast Airflow and Zero Tangle 4.0 system. ECOVACS decided to go with a straight through airflow duct design with a high efficiency motor with anti-tangle brushes, which means it has higher airflow throughout the unit. So it's able to pick up everything you need in just one pass, regardless of floor type, and doesn't allow hair to wrap around the roller, which means it's great for long-haired dogs or wives. Now, as for the power and runtime, the T90 Pro features power boost charging and adaptive charging. So the T90 is able to recharge up to 10% in just 3 minutes thanks to its GONE-based power boost charging. That, coupled with its EV level pouch battery, means less interruptions during cleaning and faster recovery if it ever runs out of juice while cleaning your floors. And just like most battery-based tech these days, it'll actually adapt to the size of your home over time, which means the more that you use it, the smoother your cleaning experience will be because it learns your actual habits. And because of that, it's perfect for multi-room floors in your home. Now, with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the low maintenance Omni station. Now, we kind of touched on it before, but a couple quick things to note are that it automatically reduces the amount of buildup in the dirty water system, which means better hygiene, less odors, and maintenance. And not only is it able to wash itself, but it also has an internal drying system as well. And based on the type of cleaning that it's doing, it's actually able to determine the best temperature for the job, which gives each space a customized clean. With that new OZMO Roller, the T90 stays clean with instant self-washing, and the roller rinses itself so that it's constantly mopping with clean water. Because I don't care what anybody says, there's absolutely nothing worse than the smell of stale mop water. 2 other big features with regard to floor versatility are the fact that the T90 has 4-wheel drive in order to help it pass thresholds and uneven transitions in your home without any interruptions. And for people with kids, the 3D obstacle avoidance navigates around toys, wires, furniture, etc. So you don't come home and find that it's been stuck for hours and your floor is still dirty. And so those are just some of the features that I've enjoyed since using the T90 Pro. One other big one that I didn't get to use so much is something that they call Agent Yeeko. So you're actually able to control the vacuum with voice commands, which is pretty cool, but I imagine it's more so for people who have the robot set up at the front of their house. So maybe as you're about to leave out for work, you can say, hey Yeeko, make sure that the kitchen floor gets mopped at 3 p.m. That way you come home to a nice fresh floor. But again, I've just found the app to be much quicker and way more intuitive to use. So I think you can guess my final verdict is that this is a great robo vacuum. I mean, it has all the features that you could want in a robovac, and it doesn't skimp out on actually getting you that full clean feeling. As I said, it has a ton of scrubbing force, so it doesn't just spread messes around, whether it's a sticky mess like jam or you spill milk on the ground. And it also feels nice to know that it actually gets that clean right up next to the baseboards in the house. And because it has that ability not to allow hairs to wrap around the roller, an issue that I have with my Dyson, you know you're not going to be sending this thing back in for maintenance all the time. Like, it's a very robust unit that should last you for a long time. But all that being said, who should choose the T90 Pro? Because there's a ton of models out there to pick from. I'd say definitely best for busy families who need that extra boost in cleaning power and live in a somewhat unpredictable environment. So think pet toys or just toddler toys strewn about your house. You're obviously going to want a vacuum that's able to recognize that and maneuver itself around those things without causing issues. And I would say it's definitely for someone who's always on the go and wants a low maintenance but highly reliable cleaning solution to reduce their workload at home. Okay, so once you have the vacuum set up, the first thing that you want to do is start mapping the locations that you want it to clean. So there are two ways that you can do this. You can actually start the mapping through the app itself, or you can use a voice command. So to make it easy, let's try to use those voice commands. So, okay, Yeeko,
I'm here,
start quick mapping.
and I'll generate a complete home map for you.
And so as you can see right now, the vacuum is just mapping out the kitchen space. As you can see, it does the scan. I didn't label anything. That way I can specifically tell it, hey, just clean the kitchen right now. It'll register that and do just that alone. If you know it's always going to be cleaning your entire floor because you live in like a condo or something like that, then the mapping makes it very easy to do so. So the T90 Pro does have voice commands, but as I said, I just find it easier to use the app in order to control the vacuum. Once you get in, you're going to have a ton of options that you can see, so you can map your home. But then what's most important is this section down here where you have your cleaning modes, suction power, the water flow rate, cleaning speed, and how many passes you want it to do. And then in addition to those controls for the vacuum itself, you also have a set of controls for the base. So if you click on the station section, you can see here that you have the option to empty the dustbin, wash the mop, which is very important, and also dry the mop. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it from me. That's everything on the ECOVACS DEEBOT T90 Pro OMNI. As always, if you've got any questions or concerns or anything more that you want to know about this robot, feel free to hit me up down below in the comments, because you know I answer damn near every single one of them. My DEEBOT is scheduled to start cleaning in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to get this thing back on the charging station. So much love as always, throwing up two of them, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.